Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again with the final Heroes of StarCraft mini set card review. And yes, we have the final and only neutral card revealed. Grunty, I think the most badass Murloc in Hearthstone history. He's a really cool card. I don't know how valid he'll be outside of, Druid probably, but it's a really cool card that I think people are going to be very excited to try out. And before we review that card, we are giving away 3 mini sets out of my pocket, including Grunty, the most badass Murloc in the Hearthstone galaxy, StarCraft galaxy. I don't know. To enter that giveaway, like and comment in the video, link down description below, the one with that thumbnail over there. Be subscribed to the channel. Every 1,000 subs we get until Tuesday, when that mini set launches with Grunty. How many times am I going to say Grunty? I don't know. I will add another mini set to that giveaway, so hit that sub button. Make me go Baroque. So yeah, this is the only true neutral card releasing from this mini set, which will be playable by every single class, and it is Grunty, the 8 mana 3/4 Murloc with Battle Cry. Summon 4 random Murlocs, then shoot them at enemy minions. You pick the targets. Before we get into the card himself, show off that we are getting that diamond version if you buy the golden mini set, and he has got an absolutely awesome animation, even shooting, pulling the goggles down, I think. I'm not looking at it right now, but it's really cool. So if you are looking at buying that golden mini set, whether it's with money or gold itself, you get that diamond Grunty, which I guess if there's somehow a diamond Murloc summoned, he should summon that, or signature one, I believe. But yeah, getting 4 random Murlocs and summoning them, getting to pick targets is pretty darn effective. Currently in standard, there is not the largest pool of Murlocs, which is a pretty good thing, because there's one Murloc in particular that would be an absolute standout to hit. But yeah, the average Murloc, typically not that large, right? We got a 2/2, a 2/3, although this is actually a 4/2 because they'll have Divine Shield, then go down to a 2/2 after it trades in. Crappy 1/1, a 1/2, a 2/2. However, this is the card to look out for, right? You get Carefree Cookie as one of your random Murlocs. The other ones, if you trade into stuff and they die, will evolve on the board. Or if you kill off your own Grunty, turn that 8 mana Murloc into a 9 mana one. That is pretty darn crazy. And there are other hits to keep in mind. Go infinite value with Adaptive Amalgam. But the big ones are the Amalgam Tribe minions, right? Mutating Life Form. You could possibly hit in and get Wind Fury. Would it be able to attack again? Because it technically doesn't have Rush. It's being shot. I have no idea. I feel like it wouldn't. But again, you never know. It's Hearthstone rules. Or just the 1 Amalgam ban, right? A nice 6/6. That's a lot. But you could get 4 of these in theory, right? They're not necessarily different. You could get 4 1 Amalgam bans. So that's pretty cool. And for Wild, well, there's even more Murlocs out there. I don't know what the biggest Murloc would be in Wild. There are a ton of middling ones. Rawgill, I guess, but you don't get that Battle Cry. I don't believe you can summon Gigafin randomly, right? Colossals and Titans are not, you can't summon them randomly, so don't think you can get that. But overall, yeah, there are just a few more Murlocs in Wild. Although getting old Murkai, could he attack again? I'm not sure how that works, but if he can attack again, because technically he's not attacking, he's being shot, right? So I feel like you'd be able to attack again, which makes me think even less likely that you would be able to get Wind Fury to attack with the other guy. But yeah, there are a ton of Murlocs, and it's just a pretty crazy card when you think about all the different stuff you could possibly hit. In particular in Wild, how would it work with Lushwater's Scout? If you attack in and Lushwater's Scout buffs everything, again, do they get to attack again? I really should ask Adeb, but at this point, I've gone too far and we're not gonna do that. Overall, that's a pretty darn cool effect. If you have a brand going on in Warrior, you're getting a full board of Murlocs, right? You're gonna get 6 of them. You won't be able to get full value. There's only so much room on the board, but at the end of the day, it's 8 mana, right? It's an 8 mana card, and every time we have a neutral legendary, we just think is it a druid card? And this is definitely not a card you want to play with like Dungar, which is a card I cannot stand right now. It is kind of like a neutral board clear type of thing that can leave you some bodies afterwards. And if there's no minions on the board, you can just play Grunty and get a bunch of random Murlocs, which is also pretty nice, right? So yeah, I think Druid probably could use this card outside of those Dungar decks to just help fight for board after they've ramped. That's always been a weakness for Druid, is recovering that board. It's almost like Scale of Elixir, right? In that regard. But I do think other classes can use this. I don't think it's just limited to, you know, the ramp classes of the world. Maybe a priest, a controlling priest, a warrior, something like that could, I feel like it could see play. Just think about old Dr. Boom back in the day, by the way, a 7/7 that just give you 2 boom bots, right? And that was like auto include in so many decks back in the day. Could you imagine a Grunty that launches Murlocs and can do some pretty crazy stuff? That'd be nuts. And I guess in Wild, you could consider, like, is it Scargill that makes your Murlocs cost 1? You could play Grunty alongside that, and maybe that leads to like a scam deck in Wild. So there's absolutely implications for this card in Standard and Wild. I do think it sees play. I think it's a really fun, cool card. Like, I just think it's a card people will really get excited to try out and play. Launching Murlocs, right? It's just it's a weird one, but I think it is the most badass Murloc of all time. I'm putting that in the thumbnail. I'm putting that in the title. I've been really excited about this one, and it's been a pain while it's been delayed to review it. But yeah, in Standard, I'm between a 3 and a 4. 3 is like, it'll see some play. 4, quite a bit of meta play. I'm probably leaning more towards a 3, that it sees a little bit of play in Standard. Isn't like a giant meta thing, but I could, like, again, I could see it popping up in some slower decks. Maybe Deathlight too. It's 5 corpses in 1 card. It's board control. Like, it's not too bad, especially, you know, you can't play Soul Stealer in like Rainbow or whatever. Maybe you want to play Grunty. This could be a Deathlight card too. Like, I really think this can see play, be pretty darn good. I'm going to give it a 4. I'll be generous. Give it a 4 out of 5 in Standard. I mean, almost every diamond legendary from every mini set gets nerfed. So will Grunty as well? Who knows? Dungar hasn't yet, but I feel like it will at some point. That card is stupid. It's really dumb. In Wild, yeah, it's the pool is way worse. It's way too slow for that format, even with, you know, the Scargill or whatever shenanigans I mentioned. I'll give it a 2 for that format. Don't see it seeing a ton of play there. Or I guess you could play it in Warlock with the Sea Devil Stinger, I think it was called, and then play it for health the next turn. Again, I don't think that's winning games in Wild. So I just, even though those could be really strong things, I still don't see it in that format because, yeah, that's just how Wild is. So we'll give it 2 out of 5 in Wild. So there you go. That's every card. We know every card. We'll have a tier list. I'll rate every single card S through F. Probably on Tuesday. I want to chat about something about the whole mini set tomorrow. And then on Wednesday, we'll have our day 1 patch review. And then I'm off to France and we'll see what videos I can put out while I am gone. So yeah, let me know what you think about this card in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.